Good morning, Stinger Squad. Today is the 23rd of April. This is your next edition for your history assignment. I wanted to let you know it's already up on Google Classroom for you this morning. And those of you who wanted paper copies, those should have been available for you yesterday for pickup. Anyway, those should be readily available. Listen, this history assignment is Western Expansion Part 2. Now, when you go to Google Classroom or when you pick up the paper copies, you're going to see lots of different items in there. Okay, first you're going to find the Western Expansion Part 2, the interactive notebook packet. Okay, now you can either complete this on using an electronic format on DocHub. Again, that's that free Chrome add-on. Or you can simply do it pencil and paper and take a picture of it and upload that onto Google Classroom for me to give you feedback on. Okay, so again, it's Western Expansion Part 2, that interactive packet. Next thing you're going to see on there is an expansion slideshow. Now, this expansion slideshow is going to go into detail of everything you would have just read about in that interactive packet before that I first explained to you. Again, it's going to go into all of those details on that. Now, I want you'll also see in Google Classroom a 5 reasons for Western expansion. Again, there are more, but I only need 5 reasons. What I want you to do, this is a review from last week, is to create a graphic organizer that shows those reasons for Western expansion. And again, just as a reminder, those reasons for Western expansion are the increase in population in the eastern part of the United States at the time. Cheap land was readily available there in the western part. There was economic opportunity. There are better trails to get from the eastern part of the United States to the western part, and specifically the Oregon and the Santa Fe Trail. And again, we'll get to the Oregon Trail. Actually, I've got a video on here that I want you to go ahead and take a look and give you a little bit more detail on that. There's also cheap transportation. The steam locomotive is getting ready to come out at this particular time period. So railroad tracks will actually be laid in the eastern part, and there will soon be once the Transcontinental Railroad is introduced, there will be a railroad system from the eastern part of the United States to the western part. Okay, so there's cheaper transportation. Also, there's this idea of manifest destiny, that it is United States. It is our opportunity to really take over the West, and that West is really there for us and given to us. So that's this same idea of manifest destiny. Now, there is a painting that is on there as well, and I want you to take a look at that and do some interpretation on that painting. You're going to see a quote from about Manifest Destiny. So you'll use the painting and the quote from Manifest Destiny to answer the questions that are it's titled the Manifest Destiny questions. Now, again, you'll open up the painting there. You'll see that and just simply answer the questions about Manifest Destiny. Now, this same painting you will have seen in the packet that you first worked on. You'll see a lady, and she has this long white flowing robe, and she's simply going from the eastern part to the western part, and you'll see trains available and stagecoaches and all of those new modern technologies that are being introduced. You'll see in that painting, and what your job is to simply interpret that painting and see, and pull out some of those items that you actually see in that painting. Finally, there is an Oregon Trail movie that I want you to watch, and it will cover folks, the development of the Oregon Trail and how folks are moving from the eastern part of the United States to the western part, and just kind of take a look at that movie. All right, folks. Hope that answers questions. Again, if you have questions, hit me up on Remind, or you can email me. And you guys are doing a great job of turning stuff in, those of you who are doing it, and I encourage those of you who aren't, go ahead and get in there and take a look at some of that work and start turning it in. Have a great day, folks.